Hello everybody, today you're going to learn how long it takes to build your credit, whether you have no credit or bad credit. Hello everybody, Will Frazier here, realtor and credit guru, and my mission is to bring you the information you need to overcome your credit obstacles of the past so you can turn your dream home into a reality. And if you want to stay up to date on information about credit, how it works, and how you can use it to work towards getting a home, then I suggest you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can learn about new videos when they arrive. So I end up getting a lot of people asking me, how long does it take to build up credit and get a good credit score? So there's going to be two scenarios when it comes to that. Is one, somebody has no credit where they have applied for nothing before, they have no credit cards, no car loans, no anything on their credit, nothing that they're paying on actively currently. And the other scenario would be somebody has bad credit where they may have good accounts on their credit report or they may not have any good accounts at all, but they definitely have negative accounts showing up on their credit reports. Now another factor that comes into play is going to be the credit score type. So there are Vantage scores and Fico scores, and each one takes a different amount of time of you using credit in order to generate a score. And just so you know, there is no such thing as a zero score. Credit scores all have a range. Fico and Vantage score start at 300 and go to 850. So you don't have a zero, but you just don't have enough information on your credit report for a grade to actually be given to you as far as your credit usage. Now with a Vantage score, it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 months of you actively using credit in order for you to generate a score. A Vantage score is a score that is actually created by the credit bureaus. So you're going to see that score if you're looking at Credit Karma or if you have credit monitoring or something like that. Anything you can pull yourself is normally going to be a Vantage score. Now, a Fico score, it takes about 6 months of using credit to actually generate a score. Fico scores are what lenders are normally going to pull. So when you actually go and apply for something, they're going to be seeing a Fico score usually. So that's going to be the model that we're going to go by. So you're going to want to try to use credit for at least 6 months in order to try to build up your credit score. Now another important factor is going to be the tools you use to build up your credit. I've heard of people using credit builder loans, and there are also credit cards, whether they be secured or unsecured credit cards. Now with a credit builder loan, those don't build your score up as fast as a credit card will. And I know this from experience and seeing it on hundreds of people's credit reports that whenever somebody got a credit card, their score always jumped up a lot faster and it jumped up greater than it did when somebody got a loan to try to build up their credit. Now with that being said, it is still going to be good for you to have at least one loan on your credit report because a part of your credit score is graded on you having different types of credit. So most people are going to have at least a car loan on their credit report, but if you don't have that or you don't plan on getting one soon, then at least having some type of loan other than the car loan would be good to have on your credit report, just to have one. But as far as building your score up and building it up the faster way, you want to use credit cards to do that, whether it be secured or unsecured. And secured just means you put down a deposit in order to acquire that card and get access to be able to use it. And unsecured just means that you don't have to put down a deposit to get the credit card. Now, as I stated, you want to use a credit card for 6 months and then you'll get a score. And that's going to be the best scenario to do if you have absolutely no credit on your credit report. And what you'll see is in most cases, a lot of people I've seen, they end up in the 600s, not the very high 600s, maybe the low to mid 600s after using a credit card if they have no other information on their credit report other than the credit that they've just been using to build up credit. Now, for someone with bad credit, it's going to be a little bit different. Your score is going to build up a lot slower. So I don't know where you are right now, but after you start using the credit account and you start using it and keeping it in good standing, your score isn't going to move up as fast as someone who has absolutely nothing else on their credit report. And it's because that negative information acts as like a weight. So let's say you're racing with some other people. You running is you building up momentum from using this new credit card and using it the right way. So you're building up momentum, but if you have negative stuff on your credit report, it's the equivalent to you doing that, but you have a parachute tied to your back. So you're going to be moving a lot slower, even though you're still doing the same motions and actions as somebody that doesn't have anything on their credit report. So yes, that negative information does slow you down as far as how many points you get and the rate at which you are able to accumulate more points for your score. So what that means is that you really have to deal with those negative accounts. You can't just get new credit and expect that to make lenders overlook that negative stuff that happened in the past. You still have to use good credit in a in a good fashion, but you also need to deal with those negative accounts. And the only way to really deal with them is to have them removed from your credit report, because if they're still on there, they're still calculated in your score. So if you pay them off, it's not going to necessarily help you with what you're trying to do. Like I said, you would have to take some type of steps to try to get that removed from your report in order for it to actually improve your score. Now, one thing that I want to tell you is don't expect your score to get up to 800 after you've been using credit for about a year or so. When it comes to credit, the age of your credit report plays a really big factor. So in credit terms, a year, 2 years isn't a long amount of time. Like, you would have to be using credit for at least 10 years or maybe more than that to really see your score get up close to the 800s. But I see a lot of people, they always want to get up there really fast. But honestly, it doesn't make too much of a difference, because by the time you get to about a 720 or more, you will still be in a good standing to get low interest rates and get approved wherever you go. Now, one hack to building up your credit a little bit faster and adding a lot of age to your credit report is being added as an authorized user on a family member or someone that you're really close to's credit card. Now, most of them are going to tell you no, but a good way to get them to do that for you is to tell them that you don't want an actual card where you can actually use it. You just want them to, add you onto their add you onto their credit card so that you can actually get that on your credit report, and it can actually help your credit score. And because they know you won't actually have a physical card where you can go and swipe it, they'll be more likely to actually give you, add you as an authorized user on their account. Now, you do have to make sure that their actual company that they're with for their credit card reports authorized users to the credit bureaus, because some companies don't. So they have to clarify that before they do it. And you also want to make sure that this person has had that account open for a long period of time, and that they are paying on it on time, or at least have for the last 2 years. And you also want to make sure that they have a low balance on their credit card too. Because you see, if they have not been taking care of that credit card, they have a high balance, they have late payments, it's not going to help your credit score the way that you intended to. So it's important to ask those questions before you let somebody add you on as an authorized user too. You're trying to do this so that you can build credit faster. You don't want to do something to slow down and hinder your progress. Now, as a question of the day, I would like to know if you've heard any different information as far as how long it takes to build credit, or if you've heard of any other hacks to try to build up credit a little bit faster. I want you to leave those in the comments, and I want to thank you for sticking with me and watching the video. And please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you can always get more useful information like this.